Hello, everybody, and welcome to Short Pit, a NASCAR podcast. I'm your host, Kaleb. Alongside me, uh, as usual, these two, BR and Cam. Fellas, how are you on this fine Tuesday?
Good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Awesome. As you can tell, my co-host, Christopher, is not here today. So it's going to be a three-man team. We're down in hand, but that's okay. Had a Brickyard 400 talk about from this past weekend. We got a victory lap to take. We have an incident in the Xfinity Series we'll get into a little bit, and then we'll get into Iowa. It's going to be a pretty short pit today. It was a pretty straightforward race. We'll see how far we can drag out the victory lap, and we'll go from there. So, BR, it's your weekend. It's your time to shine. You go ahead and you lead the way about this race, about the winner. Just go nuts.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a great race, but obviously there's a big asterisk of it's hard to be biased when it's the first time your driver has won in 100 races with Bubba Wallace winning. Frankly, he won that race like 2, maybe 3 different times from, when Logano blew the tire and then the 2 restarts in overtime because he cleared Larson both times. Although the first one he might have got past, but we will never know. But yeah, it was great. It was very needed. There's a lot of stress of the cut line that is no longer relevant for us. It's frankly it was a very very great weekend. That whole last lap, really until they got out of turn 4, I was just repeating, please Jesus have enough fuel, please Jesus have enough fuel, like I thought we were going to, but when Byron ran out of fuel, I kind of panicked for like a quarter second until we got back to like right near the start finish line where I'm like, oh, okay, even if we run out of fuel, we're going to be able to cross it. So yeah, it was very much a needed win for 2311, obviously with everything that's been going on within the last really all year, but specifically this month with the lawsuits, having their charters revoked, all that sort of stuff. It was a very needed week for Bubba. It was a very needed week for the team, and yeah, I'm very very pleased right now.
Yeah, Cam. Obviously, this podcast is very pro Bubba. We're all feeling good about it. How'd you feel about the race in its entirety?
I mean, the race itself, I feel like, is almost secondary to what happened to the winner, etc. I mean, it was a typical race at the Brickyard with stock cars, nearly impossible to pass unless you have a immense tire advantage or you're significantly faster. It's all about drafting and getting a run and getting the guy loose. Like, we all know that, but I mean, it's almost secondary to it. I mean, everyone at this podcast, anyone who knows me knows I'm a Blaney fan, but that was probably the most fun winner I've ever seen in a cup race that didn't involve Ryan Blaney. Bubba's first one was fun, considering it was at Talladega. 2311 had just been founded, all of that. But I mean, there was the rain, there was all of that stuff. It was a play track. The second one, he won in the 45. But this is the first regular season race he's won. It's a crown jewel. And in a sport that's bleeding ratings, in a sport that everybody's at the mercy of these TV executives. This is like the type of thing that gets. I mean, I saw the flagship ABC News network covering this, where they wouldn't cover William Byron winning the Brickyard, and you need that kind of stuff in this sport. And you look at somebody like this, and it's like, yeah, it's a huge win. I mean, it's probably the most significant win in the sport, probably since he won his first one at Talladega. Yeah, I mean, it was great to see. I feel like it's just one of those wins that at least should unite people around this sport. So I enjoyed it a lot. I thought, especially when Logano's tire went down, I'm like, well, the only way that Bubba loses this race is either his own mistake or he's going to run out of fuel. because he's going to have the inside line on every restart. He's going to win this thing, and it sounded like at the end the reason Byron ran out and he didn't is Byron apparently on the last pit stop went on the jack, and Wallace waited like an extra second, and that was the difference. So yeah, I mean, the grandeur of it at the end eliminated what was generally just a normal, boring Brickyard race.
Also, shout out to the 23 pit crew. They do not win that race last year. They would have fucked that last pit stop. They have frankly been probably the most improved pit crew from last year.
Well, yeah, they're the number one pit crew in the series this year from last year when they were literally they couldn't function.
Yeah, they do not win that race last year. It was great. Also, not that it's always about race, but any race, he's the first black driver to win on the Indianapolis Oval. Now, the track as a whole, Lewis Hamilton at F1 won at the road course configuration, but on the Oval, the first black driver, NASCAR, IndyCar, F1's never raced on an oval anywhere. So yeah, I obviously, it's very obvious we're all quite white. So
as is the typical NASCAR demographic.
Well, yeah, sure, but it's cool to see, but I do feel extra happy for all the black Bubba fans, Hispanic, Asian. I don't know if there's a single Asian NASCAR fan, but if you is and you're a Bubba Wallace fan, shout out to you.
And shout out for watching this program. What are the odds?
I mean, just in general, what his presence has done to the sport has been incredible. I mean, I remember being a kid, going to Talladega as a kid and just looking around, and you saw the Confederate flag more by tenfold more than you saw any racing flag, and they got rid of that. They modernized it as a sport, and it's like, if you want a sport to grow, you have to appeal to people that weren't necessarily going to tune in, and stuff like this is what does. Kyle Larson winning another Brickyard would have gotten no attention outside of the sport anywhere, and that's just the reality of it.
Yep, it certainly has united fan bases into two very polarized groups, as you said, Kim. It has been unifying for a lot of people in many ways. But yeah, Bubba fans, the pressure's off. You can relax a little.
Thanks.
Deep breaths. Yep, and now 3/4 of Short Pit has won this year. Your odd man out, yours truly. So we'll see how that goes with the remaining races to go. Yeah, all right. So race as a whole, pretty straightforward. Although, like we said, interesting winner. We get some buzz. Kyle Larson, runner-up. I don't know if there's any person I'd be more scared of my rearview mirror on a restart than Kyle Larson, but they were able to pull that off. No luck. That was just taken and given. Denny Hamlin in third after starting in last. Ryan Preece fourth. Brad Keselowski in the top 5. Todd Gilliland P6 after I put him in my picks piece. You could have won I think it was plus 1,400 at a top 10. Blaney in 7th. Bell in 8th. Alex Bowman in 9th, a career best for him at the Brickyard. And Hocevar rounding out your top 10. And just a shout out to Chris. Chase Elliott finished 13th.
Oh, I was hoping it was 15th.
Yeah, we were 2 spots away from the ho-hum church coming back out.
I don't understand that team. It's so random when it's a ho-hum week and when it's we're competing for the win week. There's no rhyme or reason to it. You don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Chris for his Terrace of the Week, see if Alan makes it this week. And a lot of Chase fans were pissed at him this week too.
You would think with how he ran at the beginning of the year, since it's been so long since we've been to one, that he should run well at Iowa and Richmond, but you just don't know. You just don't know.
Okay, so all that in mind, we can get we're gonna flip this script a little bit. We're gonna start with terrorists of the week first instead of drivers of the week, because this one should be pretty unanimous. I'll let the clip speak for itself. This is from the Xfinity race on Saturday. I know that we mostly cover Cup here. This could be a little bit out of left field for people who only watch the Cup Series. But an interesting race incident happened, and we want you all to kind of take a look here along with us. This is between Austin Hill and Eric Almirola. And yeah, let me just pull up the share screen here.
Pay attention to the gloves in the 21 car.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, did you see the 19? Oh, what a save! Oh, no! What a hard hit for the 19. Wow.
Did that lag for everybody else or no?
No, it didn't
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
That's fine. As long as it didn't lag for the viewer, I don't care.
Yeah, right. So yeah, Austin Hill, RCR Xfinity Series driver. Has there ever been a more flagrant intentional right rear hook than that?
The only thing that comes to mind is, I mean, Bubba did it when Elliott did it. It was pretty obvious too, but it was just the visual of seeing him turn down into him was just incredible. Like,
yeah, that
If you're
was
gonna-
pretty
If
intense.
you're gonna hook someone, don't wear white gloves.
you know, I am famously not a fan of Eric Almirola, but like, Buddy just got him loose. That was all that happened.
And it was a genuinely good save. But before that, if
Yeah,
he
he
just
had it
kept
straight.
going,
Like, that's the thing. The commentary was like, "What a save!" and then it was gone.
Oh no!
It was like the Rocket League. What a save! What a save! What a save!
But yeah, so without further mention, Austin Hill. Oh brother, where is it? Where is it?
I just hope to God
We have another unanimous terrorist of the week, Austin Hill of the Xfinity Series. Come on down. Don't even need to ask. Bad racing, bad stuff. You hate to see it. We'll probably get suspended for it, and rightfully should.
the only question is whether it's one race or two.
what I was gonna say was I'm just hoping no Cup team gets some absurd idea to put his ass in a Cup car. I do not want to see him racing weekly on Sunday.
Austin Hill?
Yeah,
Is that a I didn't know that was a.
I mean, he's probably. I mean, he's one of the two Richard Childress Racing drivers, and at some point, Austin Dillon and Kyle Busch are going to be done.
You gotta think you could do better than that.
We
we gotta hope for the Junior Earnhardt Motorsports partnership.
No, I know. I'm saying I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but I mean, he runs Cup races. He runs like 5 a year.
Yeah. Okay, so don't need to get into that too much. Austin Hill, you're a terrorist as usual. Drivers of the week, BR. Do I need to ask?
No.
Okay. Okay. I asked Chris for his driver of the week just now. We'll see if he gets back to us. Cam, do you have anything different?
No, I mean, I'm going to give it to Bubba, but there was actually a lot of shouts down the field. But I'm going to give it to Bubba because, I mean, what a win for him. But, I mean, Catherine Legg, top 17, respect.
Wasn't there something where, like, the 78 team or whatever was on the radio talking about, like, oh, hey, like, she could actually be competitive if she wasn't in the BJ McLeod machine?
No, I mean, what they said is they wish they could test with her. Like, they wish they could give her test time to where every week, where her only experience in the car wasn't the extremely abridged practice sessions they get now.
I'm going to go with Bubba, too.
I mean, I imagine she gets full time next year in that car. What else do they got to lose?
You think she's going to get the full time?
In the 78? Yeah, what else do they got to lose?
BJ McLeod's Daytona 500.
Okay, maybe 35 races.
I asked Chris I can't imagine he's gonna pick anybody besides Bubba with us. So I'll do this preemptively, and I'll pay for it on the end. Bubba Wallace, you are the first unanimous driver of the week.
I feel like we had one in the past.
I'm not sure because we always tend to be like, let's shout out someone else just for the funds. Usually, I don't know if we have done it.
Chris's punishment for missing this week is to go back through all of our podcasts and see if we have a unanimous driver of the week.
It's all fun and games till you just get a text back that says Todd Gilliland.
Chase Elliott.
Todd Gilliland apparently is good for a P6 every Brickyard. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, apparently. I should have put that bet down myself. But yeah, Bubba Wallace, you're unanimous driver of the week. BR, take a bow on behalf of your guy.
Yeah.
Short pit legend.
Yeah. Also, back to Terrace League, honorable mention for Denny Hamlin for totally throwing away a win in qualifying. If he just drove it like normal, he would have won the pole. And
it sounds like he should be your driver of the week because he did it. He did it for you.
Well, I appreciate that, but he can get a thumbs up and not that.
But no, I mean, yeah, even if he didn't win the pole, even if he just caught it and qualified in the top 10 or 15, he would have won.
Oh, yeah, it would have been belt to ass. Yeah.
All right. Iowa, folks. Let's get on to DraftKings. Another thing I forgot to pull up. This is what happens when Chris isn't here to do the setup. I get lost. I don't pull up the things I need to pull up. It's all Chris's fault. All right, Iowa, driver props. We have a couple matchups. So let's get right into it. The first matchup is Bubba Wallace, winner of the Brickyard 400, and one Ross Chastain, the first car to wreck in the Brickyard 400. Let me pull up the stats from Iowa. But BR, I'll start with you. You gonna ride the hot hand?
I mean, yeah. It's kind of tough because I believe they've only run like one
race.
Last year was so there's not a whole lot of sample size here. But I mean, yeah, I'm gonna pick Bubba just because I'm going to. But
last year, for reference, Bubba Wallace finished 17th, got a P5 in the second stage. Ross Chastain finished 11th, got no stage points.
I was trying to remember. I was like, I don't think either one really had a particularly good day last year. I mean, I guess I'll go with Bubba, but like, I'm not expecting the world out of either one.
Yeah. I'll ride the hot hand with Bubba as well. He's plus 100. Ryan Blaney versus William Byron. I'm going to take Blaney. Just a faster car lately. Byron, I don't know where he's been. BR.
I'm going to take Byron because, Blaney still has that hex on him.
Cam?
I mean, that's your 1-2 from last year. Blaney's just been the faster car on these style of tracks, at least this year anyway. So I'm going to go with him. But, I mean, I expect both these cars to be really fast.
Up next, we got Ricky Stenhouse Jr. versus Josh Berry. Ricky was top 5 here last year.
The reason he's
Berry
there.
was P7.
If you don't remember that Stenhouse is P5, you're probably really confused by this prop.
Yeah, and Berry was really good. Finished P5 in the first stage, finished P2 in the second, ended up 7th.
In the 4. Yeah, so I'm going to go with Berry. I mean, he was, P4 at Phoenix this year. I don't remember what he did at Martinsville, but I can't imagine he was bad.
32nd.
Okay, he must have wrecked or something.
Said he was running.
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't mean that something didn't happen. There's no way he was 32nd in speed. I don't remember, but there's just no way.
He did finish a couple laps down, so yeah, probably.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Berry just because I imagine Stenhouse can't replicate that.
Same.
6th at Kansas, 6th at Wilkesboro, 12th at Michigan. We haven't been at a short track in a while.
Yeah, like last time we were at one was the All-Star race.
And the heat race, he put up a 6th. In the main race, he put up a 17th.
I mean, this is the type of track that Barry's really good at. I mean,
12th at Bristol.
yeah, this is a Barry type track, and I just can't imagine Stenhouse is going to be P5 again.
And then Chase Elliott versus Seabell. I'm going to take Seabell, but it wouldn't shock me one bit if Elliott put Bell the ass on him.
This is a Bell track, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Bell as well.
I mean, I'm not trying to say nothing about Elliott because he probably was, like, at least for the very beginning of the season, he was probably the fastest car on these short tracks. But because he won the Clash, and then I guess he didn't really do anything after that. But
I thought he won. Didn't he win Phoenix? No.
Bell won Phoenix.
Martinsville, I think.
He
Hamlin
finished
won
3rd
Phoenix.
here last year, Chase Elliott did.
Chase Elliott
at,
didn't
at the short tracks this year,
Chase Elliott didn't win till Atlanta.
he was 4th at Martinsville, led 42 laps.
Oh.
10th at Phoenix,
He won the Clash.
and he won the Clash. 3rd
And
and 5th in the Wilkesboro races.
The 9's been the better car lately, but this is such a Bell track.
He's due for a blip back on the radar. And that parlay we put together with Bubba, Blaney, Barry, and Bell
All
is
be
plus 700.
Yeah.
We got groups.
Oh.
We need to kill time, fellas. Here we go. Group A: Larson, Hamlin, Bell, Blaney.
Jesus.
Wow.
Going Bell.
Larson was like Larson and Blaney were the two fastest cars all day at Iowa the first time. Larson just got caught up in a wreck because I remember how he ended up back there. Larson just feels due. I'm going to take.
Hey, he's backish.
Yeah.
Oh, we have confirmation. Chris did choose Bubbles for his driver of the week.
Good man.
Yeah, I gotta play the class video.
We could have just buried it, classified information.
Yeah. Just like we did Cole Custer and his spotter.
Yeah, we'll put it right next to the Epstein list.
Deleted. Group B: Byron, Logano, Elliott, and Reddick.
Byron.
I'll take Elliott. Group
Elliott's
C:
close.
Briscoe, Chastain, Busher, and Bush.
Briscoe. Briscoe could win this race. This is the type of track he's good at, even if he wasn't in the 19.
Yeah.
He's been hot lately.
I'll take Briscoe as well.
Group D: Josh Berry, Ty Gibbs, Carson Hocevar, and Bubba Wallace.
Barry.
I'm gonna be a homer and take Bubba, but if it was anyone other than Bubba in that spot, I would take Barry, but I will be a homer.
Barry it is for me as well. So there you go. Plus 240 for Larson in Group A. Plus 200 for Byron in Group B. Plus 220 for Briscoe in Group C. And plus 210 for Barry in Group D. All right, Iowa. Back on a short track. Looking forward to it, Cam.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, kind of BR kind of alluded to it with Bubba earlier. I have a little bias because Blaney won here last year and led 201 laps, I think. But I liked it. I was impressed. I was my expectations were beaten last year with this. I was not that excited about running this racetrack with this car, but I thought it was a good race last year. It felt very much like a driver's racetrack, with the exception of Ricky Stenhouse. Pretty much all of the top finishers last year were guys you would go, all right, yeah, these are some of the best drivers in the field. So yeah, I mean, I think we'll learn a lot with Iowa and also Richmond in a couple weeks of where guys are in terms of the playoffs, because for some reason there's like 5 flat ovals in the playoffs now. So when we look at Richmond, we look at Iowa especially, we'll get a sense of where these guys are, because like you said a little bit ago, North Wilkesboro wasn't a points race, and you take that out, we haven't been to anything resembling a short track since mid-April. So we don't really know where these guys are at in relation to that. So that part will be fun just to see, where these guys' cars are at.
BR, anything to add?
No, not really. Just I'm looking forward to seeing where it shakes out, in relation to the playoffs, like Cam said.
Yeah, we're getting to a stressful point of the season, for sure. For anybody who hasn't won yet, I don't know if you guys know what that feels like right now.
I did this time last week.
I wasn't that far. I mean, granted, Blaney was like 150 points to the cut line, but I mean, my driver wasn't that long ago. He won either.
Well, the seat's getting a little warm. I gotta get in victory lane somehow, some way.
He should be fine unless there's like 3 new winners.
The only thing I'd say about that is I'm not going to pick him when we get to our picks, but I'd be a little concerned about Ryan Preece in these 2 short tracks. We've not really seen him. I mean, Martinsville's really the only one of like tracks you'd run a modified on, because he in the 41 he would be good at these tracks. So
it's only better equipment. As far as our favorite drivers, just outright, Ryan Blaney is plus 550. Chase Elliott is plus 1200, so you can almost guarantee that Chris is going to pick him. Bubba Wallace is plus 3500. Alex Bowman is plus 5500.
Damn, that's a bit disrespectful.
That feels a little disrespectful, I can't lie.
He's down there with Daniel Suarez.
I would put some money on that one.
I don't imagine he's competing. He's going to really win. Like, I can't imagine that's going to happen, but 55-1 feels a little disrespectful.
You get used to it after a while. All right. Driver picks. This is a short episode, fellas. Hate to break it to you. Cam, I'll start with you.
He just feels due. I'm going to pick Kyle Larson, but it brings me no joy to do so.
Plus 450, top of the board, along with one Dennis Hamlin.
He just feels due, and he was probably the fastest car outside of the 12 last year. So,
BR.
Oh, on a similar route of being due, but not really excited to pick this. I'm going to take William Byron. Hasn't won a race on speed this year. He frankly, that watch is starting to look a little fake. So yeah, it's time for him to win a race on speed. I'm not really enthusiastic about making this pick, but I'm going to take William Byron.
Maybe we should
Chris gets back to me. He's taking Kyle Larson.
Maybe we should all do a fun pick once we're all kind of feeling this is going to be a winner. We all are just going to have to accept this. Maybe we should, to kill some extra time, we should all make a fun pick, like someone we want to see that could win, that we want to see win.
Well, my pick was Christopher Bell. All right, fun pick, I guess. We'll go with that. I'll text Chris, give me a fun pick.
We're not even at a half hour. I'm just trying to come up with shit.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'd like to get to 45 minutes. That's like my minimum. Cam, give me a fun pick.
You're not gonna like it, but Ryan Preece. Richmond is
Give me
more
Kyle Busch or nothing.
Richmond is more the race, I feel, where he's gonna be like really competitive. But this is the track he could be. I mean, that 60 car has been running well at tracks you've never seen Ryan Preece run well at. You would have never seen Ryan Preece finish P4 at a 2.5 mile track before now. So, yeah, my fun pick's Ryan Preece. You won't like it though, obviously.
Finished 27th last year. I wonder if something happened.
I mean, he wasn't in the 60 last year either. So
it's true. Was in the Stewart Hot Shit box. BR, you got a fun pick for me?
I'm not exactly expecting this, but it'd be really funny if first 2 weeks as an open team, you just get Bubba and then Reddick winning back to back. I would appreciate that more than I would appreciate the other.
I would like to see it too, but for some reason, entire career, Tyler Reddick has never figured out how to run this type of track. Going back to, I don't know what that is.
He started 8th.
I don't know what that is, but like Phoenix, Gateway, Richmond, Loudon, those type of tracks, like the brother has Martinsville, the brother has no idea how to run those, and no one knows why.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
give him credit. Give him credit for Loudon. P6 last 2 times there.
Okay, he figured out New Hampshire, Gold Star. But all the other ones, though, like everyone knew last year when he won his way in the championship 4. Everybody knew he was all right. This is the 4th guy at Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah, Iowa's 22nd. No stage points. Tough to see it. Chris is taking the 54 as a fun pick, and I think that's just putrid.
Look, they're doing everything they can to get that car good enough. I think during the in-season tournament, I do believe he had the 2nd highest average finish in the entire sport.
Also, again, to give Ty Gibbs a round of applause for winning the in-season tournament over Ty Dillon. And a real sarcastic round of applause for donating a whole 1% of it to charity.
In fairness, I mean, 10 grand still 10 grand. Fairness. They're not NBA players. $1 million is still a lot of money to them.
Yes, especially if some drivers, and if they had won it, weren't going to be able to keep it.
Imagine Grandpa's like, we're putting this in an index fund, buddy. You'll get it.
All right, I'm going to use this opportunity to try to hopium my way into an Alex Bowman win. Started 33rd last year, finished 8th. Did he collect any stage points? He did not. Listen, probably going to be another ho-hum. Find your way back into the top 10. No big deal. But you got to imagine that the pressure's turned up a little bit, and they've had really good runs since Mexico City. After the Michigan wreck, it seems like it's almost like he's performing better after he almost dies. Since that wreck, P4, P11, P3, P8, P19 at Sonoma, P3 at Dover, P9 at the Brickyard. A lot of really good points days in there. I'd love to see a win, obviously. Would like to lock myself in the playoffs and join my my winning friends here on the show. Yeah, hope it happens. Hopefully the momentum keeps riding.
I mean, the next 3 tracks should be decent for him. I mean, granted, he backed into it, but he won Richmond before years ago.
The Glen is not a great spot for him,
which is weird because it's such a Hendrick playground, and the other guys are always good there, and he's a decent road course racer. I don't know why you can't figure that place out.
P2 in the first stage, P8 in the second, finished 18th.
Because usually before
2023, I'm throwing out that dude's back was killing him the whole year.
Before the advent of Shane Van Gisbergen, usually this is a race where you see the Hendrick cars just all lined up at the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this year he's performing well at tracks that he doesn't usually perform well at. So maybe the Glen is a part of that voodoo.
I know you don't, again, not something you'll want to hear, but Chris Buescher has won at 3 of the 4 racetracks left.
Yeah, he has.
So,
isn't Buescher still above the cut line?
Yes,
but
he is plus 50 something.
If he wins pre-Daytona, though, then Alex Bowman's at risk of any new winner at Daytona. So,
fair enough. Yeah,
any new winner, and he's gone.
Yeah, no. You guys might be seeing more Chris hosting duties.
If we get to Daytona and Alex Bowman's sitting directly on the cut line, we're gonna have Kaleb just completely zero dark 30 in the group chat during the race. Buddy's just gonna be every time somebody wrecks that's not in the playoffs, he's like, yes, thank God. It could be.
No, we need an Atlanta style big one in the first day.
And then you're like, you just see the 34, the 38, and the 47 get together, and you're like, 3 more down.
I'll have to live stream that race. Just pins and needles.
You just see SVG just blows up in stage 1 and at the Glen, and you're like, fuck.
No, seriously, right? Nobody is a bigger SVG fan than I am right now.
You're like, fuck, God damn. Because there's so many, like, literally every road course ace hasn't won, really. Allmendinger hasn't won. Buscher hasn't won. Gibbs hasn't won. Allmendinger hasn't won.
Big Dow hasn't won.
Yeah. Even though he loves to blow up at a road course. He loves to have that engine expire running P3. That's like his favorite thing.
Yeah.
I could have had it, guys, but I didn't.
He was leading at the Glen. Was it last year or the year before when his engine exploded? Last year, the year before. One of the years in the 34, he was leading and his engine just literally exploded in turn 7. Or 6, one of the two.
Let me see his stats here. It was the year before.
Okay.
He finished 7th last year and 6th the year before that. Led 17 laps too.
It's funny because he should be in better equipment, but it's like he can't get out of his own way.
Yeah, it's gonna be a stressful August for your boy. But I guess with the last 10 minutes or so, I can give a little more detail on the guests we're gonna have next week. My old professor, the old Dr. Stokes, will be back in the building for his first appearance on Short Pit. Guy got me into racing. You can thank him or cuss him out for giving me Alex Bowman as my favorite driver and let me stick with it. Yeah, real knowledgeable. One of the smartest racing heads I know. Big history nut. Goes to Daytona every year. Goes to this like convention at Watkins Glen where they showcase different presentations, papers, stuff like that. I helped them on one about women in motorsport. There was some paper that we did together that's working on being published in a journal. So that'll be cool. We'll have some fun, and that'll be next week ahead of the Glen. So
imagine we have to interrogate him about why he let you choose Alex right after a pre-swin.
Yeah.
Or just anybody that hasn't won. Like Brad was super fast at Wilkesboro.
Yeah, I'll be here just sipping on a bottle.
No, you just see like ominous music you play and you just go, this is actually an intervention. Why the hell?
Why did you do this to him?
He's a Chase Elliott fan, right? I didn't make that up.
Yeah, Chase Elliott. But he is very enthusiastic about the Wood Brothers.
Because I'm just saying, because we will be going into the Glen where Buddy has won, so I imagine he might homer out on that one.
It's like with BR when he had Truex and Bubba. It's like a 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
That's very much it.
Good
and Chase Elliott pisses him off just enough a couple times a year to say, fuck this, I'm done. But
it's good for you that he won Vegas earlier, so it won't matter. But, I mean, Barry could win Iowa, and that'd be a fun episode.
Yeah, I'm pro Barry winning.
You're pro anybody that's got a win sticker on their name.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Or Reddick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fair.
That ain't happening, but you know.
I just hope that we've got 2 months of bad luck out of the way with all those wrecks we had between Homestead and Mexico City. No, we had like one top 10 finish.
It's funny. I don't see how Reddick wins before the playoffs. It won't matter for him, but I can't imagine where he does. So unless it's Daytona, I guess. So, but then you get to the playoffs and you got like Darlington and Kansas.
Yeah, and then he just rips all the wins that we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Back into the championship for just to blow up at Phoenix.
The playoff predictions segment, and I'm sure we'll have in a couple weeks, will be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to design it. And we'll see what we can come up with.
Yeah, I was going to say, are we going to do like a group thing like we did for the end season, or are we just going to do our on our own?
That feels more of an it's so random that I feel like it's more an individual thing, because like picking your championship for, especially this year, is so much of a clusterfuck that like I feel like doing it as a group would just be hard.
All right, with about 5 minutes left, let's post Indianapolis. Who is your championship for?
I think I put it in the chat, so I'll start with mine just because I just put it in. So
Okay.
give you time, got y'all more time to think. You can't not put the 11 in there with how he's been running, but he will find a way not to be. But I'm going to put him in there just because I feel like you have to at the moment. Larson probably gets in. I can't imagine he goes.
That round of 8 is dangerous.
It is, but he could just win Vegas and it doesn't matter. I just feel like he doesn't miss 2 years in a row. So put the 5 in there. I'm gonna have to put the 12 in there just because
Penske cars got to make it.
Well, not just that, adding all these flat ovals like Gateway, Loudon, Martinsville, Phoenix. That's just Ryan Blaney. And even I would have said Darlington would have been a bogey track for him, but Buddy should have won it the first time.
Yep.
So
Homestead too. Well, not that that's in the playoffs anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'll go with him. And then my fourth guy, I put Bell, so I'm gonna stick with it just because again, all these flat ovals, but similar to Larson, that round of 8 looking dangerous. Because he won Martinsville a couple years ago, but he has not run well there since. So
BR?
I'm gonna go 11, 5, 12, 20.
I will also say the 11 and the 5, the 12, but to be somewhat different. Okay, I'm gonna say something really stupid here. Chase Briscoe.
That's not stupid. I almost put him in. That was the other guy that I was that pause I had at the end was me going 20 or 19 in my head. Because if the 19 can put that car on the pole this many damn times every week, if he gets to the end of the year and keeps starting in the top 5, that's going to be a lot of points, and he's going to accidentally win one.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll say 11, 5, 12, 19.
I think the 5 and 11 are shoe-ins. I like the 9. I think he's just consistent enough, just fast enough to put it into spots where he can win other races in the playoffs. Be safe enough to make it through. So I'll put the 9 in there. And now it's like, do I want to break up the Penske trend? Or do I want to play it regular? It's between Blaney and Bell for me. I'll take Blaney because we haven't seen C-Bell run super, super well lately.
My problem, I thought about the 9. My issue with him is usually when you get to the round of 8, you have to win to get there. Like you usually the 4th guy points in, but you usually
with Talladega there.
I mean, yeah, but you don't know what's going to happen there. You could end up the wreck, or you could end up not being the wreck, and you could be 60 points ahead or not. But then somebody could win at Martinsville and ruin that whole points cushion. So he's just a little too ho-hum trademark for me to pick him, but I see the vision is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and Alec Gustin, 2-time terrorist of the week. You know,
and we're all gonna say this. No, none of us picked him. Didn't sound like any of us really considered him that hard. I just feel like we're gonna see William Byron rip off a generational run in the next few races, just because he's literally been on a milk carton for months.
I don't know. This year and last year, he hasn't won post St. Patrick's Day. Like, just once he gets out of that spring, it's not there anymore. I know last year I don't think he won after mid-March.
I
did consider him for that 4th spot.
I think you're right, but he did make the championship for last year, albeit on some interesting circumstances. But no, I think you're right.
Bogus. 2024. I know 2023 he was just dominant. His last win in 2024 was Martinsville, April 7th. So
I guess that checks out.
Early April.
It's funny how he's running now, because it's like he's just good for P5 to 7 every week, it feels like.
Let's check out what he's done lately. I mean, P16, P31, excellent. 8th at Sonoma. Bad car at Chicago. He's on a generational shit streak. But before Michigan, 5, 2, 6, 3, 24, 13, 3, 6, 2, back to Darlington. So he led at 243 laps at Darlington.
Where did he end up finishing last? I know he ran out of fuel, but where did he end up?
16th.
Oh, okay. That's actually
16th,
not as bad as I would have. Excuse me. Not
And he
as
wrecked
bad
it
as I
over.
would have expected.
Well, at least it was on the white flag, so he was probably able to, with the gaps they had, he was probably able to just coast.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 of the last 5 races he's wrecked or had issues.
In fairness, the bulk of the schedule the last few weeks have been wacky, but yeah, still. At Chicago, the car never even ran.
Yeah, that's right. He had the clutch issue on like the first lap.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Byron's got this weird thing going. So I didn't really think about him. I went with the 9 instead. I think he's just strong enough to push on through, and just I wanted to be different. I didn't want to copy the 511 2012 because I think that's an awesome list right there. But yeah, we made it to 45 minutes, guys. Congrats. We dragged it out just enough. We'll have picks later this week. I think Chris is off of power rankings this week. We'll be back next week. And we'll have a guest next week, our first one of the show. Looking forward to that. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you share the show. And we'll see you all after Iowa before the Glen.